November ring! Quarter to my right, weighing in at 223 pounds, from Wildwood, New Jersey, Dastardly Danny Doring.
What a technician he is, Buck.
Fantastic wrestler, as you mentioned, trained by Taz.
And his opponent in the corner to my left, weighing in at 282 pounds, from Pepperland, the Blue Meanie.
Fantastic abdominal shape on the Meanie, I must say.
Oh, absolutely. He must be on the Buck Woodward diet.
Round is a shape, you know.
For you. Danny Doring, I think I should mention this. I'm looking up and down the lineup here, and I don't see anybody else. I'm thinking Danny Doring is the only graduate of the Wrestling Academy, the old Wrestling Academy, to be wrestling tonight. So that's a huge honor for him.
Well, there weren't a lot of graduates from the House of Hardcore.
That's right.
You had to be a special breed of man to get through Taz and Perry Saturn and actually make it into the ring. And Meanie's already got the crowd behind him on opening contest here. Danny Doring, the Blue Meanie. You're watching on VOD Wrestling, Video On Demand Wrestling. This is Hardcore Homecoming. And I think we just saw some nipple.
Oh, I believe we saw some nip. And Danny Doring and Blue Meanie, two opposites when it comes to physical conditioning. Danny Doring obviously spends hours upon hours in the gym, and it says a lot about him, Buck, because days have gone by where Danny Doring, well, you don't see him as much as you used to, but yet he still stays in top physical form, stays in the gym, in fantastic.
Super kick, sends down the Meanie. Oh, now we've got some action.
Well, he suckered him in, Buck. I don't know what he was pointing to. I don't know what he said. Maybe he told Meanie there was a porn star in the aisleway. Maybe he told him there was a stock analyst. But Meanie turned around. He was suckered and then super kicked. Danny Doring, a cerebral wrestler, got right in the head of the Blue Meanie. And obviously, Danny Doring quickly goes from defense to offense.
You see the panty drop elbows now as Doring likes to call them one after another. Look at two. A little drive in there by Danny Doring. And a tribute to his partner before the third.
Absolutely, and I think also mocking Blue Meanie and his ridiculous dancing that we saw earlier in the evening as well.
Danny Doring has turned this into a fight now, driving in a shoulder in the corner. He's paying attention to the fans, but there's no doubt about it. Dastardly Danny Doring is in control at this point.
Absolutely, Danny Doring now pounding away with 212 pounds of a right hand. Danny Doring so deceptively strong, such a powerhouse, a power lifter. You can see by his broad chest, he spends a lot of time on the deadlifts, spends a lot of time on the bench presses. That's how he was trained, Buck. That's how he was trained in the House of Hardcore. Oh my goodness, Buck.
Are we allowed to show that on the internet?
I think we just did. And Meanie looks like he's starting to gyrate.
Maybe he likes it.
Meanie likes it, Buck.
I've always said he's a unique individual. As Meanie now hung up in the corner. Danny Doring gonna get a head of steam here. Could be a field goal coming his way. Oh, drop kick to the lower abdominal region.
Absolutely, and thank goodness for Meanie's big gut, because that could hang over the pelvic area and maybe absorb a little bit of the impact from that double kick.
The Blue Meanie is down and he could be out. Danny Doring has been in full control of this match. Oh, just raking the eyes across the top rope. Danny Doring in complete control ever since the pre-match festivities ended. Oh, just pounds him in the corner.
And absolutely, Buck. And again, I talked about guys having a lot of line, guys wanting to prove something. You don't want to come in here, the opening match of November Rain, and lose, Buck. I mean,
though, set them right down in the mat. Oh, hard forearm in the corner by Danny Doring. Sends Meanie for the ride. Doring measures him, charges in. No, Meanie catches him with the elbow. Bulldog by the Meanie.
Blue Meanie with a second lease on life right now. He's going for the cover.
Only a 2 count there. Danny Doring kicks out, but the Meanie is back to his feet.
Meanie's a smart man, Buck. He's not going to showboat anymore. He's going right for the cover, going right for the pins. He wants to end this thing and come away with the W.
There's an avalanche, but a reversal of the whip. Meanie sends it hard to the corner. Danny Doring goes in. No, Meanie uses the tights to put Danny Doring up and over. Doring kicks the photographer, goes to the top rope. Danny Doring flies. Meanie catches him. Power slam by the Blue Meanie.
Oh, he drove him. Oh, wait a minute, Buck. I think he's setting him up for that Meanie salt. He's going for it.
You can hear this crowd come alive as the blue meanie goes to the top rope. Meanie Soul!
Look down below!
The meanie does it!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, the Blue Meanie! Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome a very special guest. She is delightful. She is delicious. She is delectable. She is due any day. She is Dawn Marie!
Dawn Marie is here, Buck! I had no idea she was going to be here!
That's right, Dawn Marie, one of the most successful managers in the history of this building. Her and I don't know, boy, girl, you want to take a guess now?
Twins! It looks like twins to me, Buck!
Dawn Marie and Child making their way to the ring. Of course, Dawn Marie brought into this building, brought into Philadelphia wrestling by Lance Storm, led Lance Storm and PJ Polacco to the World Tag Team title, managed Steve Corino, Simon Diamond, Swinger. A long history for Dawn Marie, who's bringing her child here. Well, okay, I still think she's going to be a good mother anyway.
Well, I tell you what, Buck, it's absolutely tremendous. But what do you think the baby's thinking inside the belly? Here, and show your tits. Pull the shirt up. I mean, you think that those could be the baby's first words after being at an event like this?
Dawn Marie is here. I don't know if she'll get that chant. Get up, get in the ring. Steven, all the ropes open for her. Oh, jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
Gotta teach him to do everything, I tell you.
And Dawn Marie making a successful return to this building after many, many years. It's so great to see. She looks tremendous, Buck.
Absolutely. Let's hear what she has to say.
At least she has an excuse. What's these people's excuse?
For those of you at home that want to know what that chant is, they're calling her a milk. You can look it up on the internet.
You know, guys, I really want to talk to you seriously for a second. You know, there's an old saying that you never really know what you had until you lost it. And the truth is, I never realized what I had here in this arena, working for you guys, the fans. I realized that when I received my job at the Federation, they always made me out to be the bitch. But the truth is, they're the bitches.
From her mouth, Buck.
They fired me because I chose to have a family. And what that made me realize is that my real family is right here with the former ECW family. There was nothing in the world that was going to make me miss this. I would have came off the delivery table because hardcore homecoming is my family now. And I'm thankful. And no matter how small of a part that they gave me, because I'm not able to do more.
There is a chant of "That's my kid" going out from 12 people, including a woman.
I'm out of work, you didn't hear. But no matter how small a part they allowed me to be part of tonight, which is holding the key for the cage match tonight, I'm going to do it with honor, and I'm going to love every single second of it because I'm here at home.
was won on fan approval. Balls Mahoney would be running away with the win, but unfortunately for Balls, that's not the case.
The fans wondering where the partner is of John Cronus. He's not here. This is singles action. Should point out though, I mean, we talk about the hardcore elements, the blood, the chairs, whatnot. These are two great wrestlers.
Yes.
John Cronus, trained by Killer Kowalski. Balls Mahoney, an excellent amateur wrestler. Unfortunately, he was banned from amateur wrestling.
And that is true, Buck. Everything you said is a matter of fact. But yes, Balls Mahoney does have an extensive background in high school and collegiate amateur wrestling. He is tremendous on the mat. So if you're Cronus, you most definitely want to stay on your feet and keep this a kicking and striking game because, as we all know, watching Cronus for many years, Buck, that is his forte.
Absolutely. Educated feet on first course. For those wondering, Balls Mahoney was kicked out of amateur wrestling because he hit an official.
He hit an official.
He broke a wrestler's back with a legal move. An official disqualified him and Balls knocked him out.
Well, some of the best of the deathmatch bloody wrestlers, Mr. Pogo comes to mind, also come from an amateur background. Real interesting if you ever sit back and do the research. Where does it go wrong, Buck? Where did it go wrong?
Does it really go wrong or does it just go violent? And now Balls Mahoney and Cronus, I mean, they're having a wrestling match. You see a couple of shoulder blocks here. Both men showing respect for each other. Lock up there. Cronus with a knee strike to midsection. Forearm to the back of the head there. John Cronus working over Balls Mahoney here at Hardcore Homecoming November Rain.
Now, both wrestlers took different career paths in the former company. Oh, wait a minute. Let's let the fans call this one.
And a round of applause from Balls Mahoney as he takes John Cronus off his feet with a series of right hands. And Balls, wait a minute, head of steam here. Oh, he misses up and over the top rope. Balls Mahoney to the floor.
Oh, absolutely. Balls Mahoney can get aerial. That's why he's so dangerous, Buck. He can brawl, he can wrestle, and yes, he can even fly. And speaking of flying, Buck,
baseball slide there by Cronus. Balls Mahoney goes into the guardrail, and we've got a brawl outside the ring now. And wait a minute, Cronus is going for Balls' chair.
it doesn't surprise me, Buck, that they've gone to the floor this early in the match. Forget the wrestling, let's brawl. That's what they're saying.
Cronus with a kick right to the chest there of Balls Mahoney. Shot to the head, we're fighting on the outside. Irish whip there, Balls, no, reversal, and Cronus goes into the guardrail.
75 pounds of unforgiving guardrail right into the back, the lower back of John Cronus. Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, and say hello to their guardrail. As Balls Mahoney charged, John Cronus caught him with a drop toe hold. Balls Mahoney went right into the guardrail and right into his own chair.
Absolutely, John Cronus now with the chair, puts the chair back on the ring apron, going back after Balls Mahoney and Buck. It would not surprise me if Cronus keeps this matchup on the floor.
Well, I mean, Balls went over the top to the outside. Cronus now shot to the head there of Balls Mahoney as he's taking advantage of him outside on the floor. Oh, measures, oh, you hear the smack and a kick to the chest by John Cronus.
John Cronus, a 17-year vet, Buck. I mean, who would have thought that John Cronus, 17 years in the wrestling business, of course, as you brought up earlier, trained by Killer Kowalski. John Cronus had a different career path than Balls Mahoney. John Cronus, of course, came in to the former company here as a tag team, as part of the Eliminators, but yet kind of branched off for a little while into singles matches. I recall seeing him wrestle Taz a few times in singles matches, but wait a minute.
A bloody Balls Mahoney now has the ring bell. Balls was busted open when he hit into the chair in the girl. He's got the ring bell. Oh, he just crowned Cronus with that ring bell.
And I'll tell you what, Buck, it did not take long for the blood to start to flow here at November Rain. Balls Mahoney, the blood is dripping, the blood is flowing, and the same thing with Cronus. Cronus is busted open.
Oh, Balls follows that up by throwing Cronus head first into the ring post. We've got both men bleeding here. They've been fighting outside now for several minutes. Wait a minute, Balls looking for a beer. He's got a beer. Oh, and a beer to the head of Cronus and half the front row.
That may actually wake Cronus up. Cronus has never met a beer that he doesn't like, Buck. That may rejuvenate him before the match is over.
Balls now with a bottle of water to the head of a bloody John Cronus. We've got a bloody outside the ring brawl here at Hardcore Homecoming November Rain.
Absolutely, and as I mentioned before, bloody brawls weekend in and weekend out between these two. Not a surprise, it's bloody again here tonight at November Rain. And Buck, this is about pride. This is about who's the baddest ass here in the arena tonight. Is it Balls Mahoney or is it Cronus? They don't really care too much about titles and money. They just want the title of being the baddest ass in the building.
Both of these men have had huge victories here. Balls Mahoney has won championship. Oh, super kick by Balls Mahoney. Sends down Cronus. There's a cover. 1, 2, and no! Cronus kicks out.
How ironic would it be, Buck, if Cronus was to lose a match to a strike, especially from the feet?
John Cronus has had a lot of huge victories here. He once defeated Team 3D almost single-handedly here. Oh, Balls Mahoney gets crotched on the top rope. Cronus, along with his partner Perry Saturn, even defeated Steve Williams and Terry Gordy in this building. This building means a lot to John Cronus. He's not going to let Balls Mahoney have the win easily, and he's setting him up for a superplex.
Absolutely something new out of the playbook of Cronus. Big superplex right in the center of the ring. And look at Balls Mahoney holding his lower back, Buck. He's in trouble.
Cronus pulling him over, goes for recovery, unable to hook the leg. 1, 2, and no! Balls Mahoney kicks out.
John Cronus not fresh at this point in time, as we can plainly see, bloody, battered, beaten. He does not have enough to follow through, but yet he's going back up to the top rope.
Of course, John Cronus known for his 450 splash, has a great aerial arsenal. Oh! Balls Mahoney just knocked him right off the top rope and all the way to the floor with one right hand.
And there are no mats out there, Buck. That's a hard floor that John Cronus just splat. Just fell right on top of, nothing protecting him. That's gotta hurt.
Balls pulling Cronus back into the ring. What a right hand by Balls Mahoney. Ooh! There's Cronus with a double shot to the side of the head. Cronus going back to the top rope. Balls being here now. Balls is going to return to favor. Superplex of his own.
And again, right in the center of the ring, Balls Mahoney now with the adrenaline. As now Balls Mahoney going up to the top rope.
Gonna come off. Frog splash, and that's one big frog in the pond.
Oh, absolutely. I've never seen a frog splash out of the repertoire of Balls Mahoney. Everybody pulling new tricks out of the hat.
2 and Cronus barely able to get that left shoulder up. Both men are leaving it all on the line here. You're right, we are seeing new moves out of both men because they know each other so well.
Right.
They had to pull out some surprises, but here is one old trick that has never failed Balls Mahoney in this building.
Oh, absolutely, and he could go toe-to-toe with the best of them both.
John Cronus may be unconscious. John Cronus may be lucky if you can remember his name is John Cronus.
Balls Mahoney's about to have an orgasm in the middle of the ring. He's so excited.
Half the crowd did. There's a cover. 1, 2, and no! No! John Cronus able to get that right shoulder up.
I question how smart that is of John Cronus putting the shoulder up. I'm thinking at this point, it's just pure instinct. He's got the chair.
The fans want an encore, but it may not come from Balls Mahoney. Cronus kicked to the midsection. Right across the head.
Hello, San Diego.
Time delayed reaction from the chair shot by John Cronus. Balls is laid out here. Cronus could finish him off. He goes for the cover. Smart move. 1, 2, and no! Balls manages to kick out this time.
Now look at how dented that chair is, Buck. 2 heads, 2 big heads. Went to the top of that chair.
Face driver. He gave Balls a face driver right into the chair, and I think Balls may have caught his head on the edge of that steel chair, and Cronus is going up top.
Absolutely, we've seen 450s out of Cronus. The way that he's going up top, Buck, that is exactly what it looks like he's going for right now, which would be a feat in itself.
Oh! Went for the corkscrew body press, landed on the chair. Balls puts the chair in the center of the ring. Cronus is hurting. This is his chance. Scoops him up. Could be Nutcracker Sweep.
But look at the legs.
The referee missed it.
Cronus had his legs under the ropes. The referee sees it now.
The referee missed it. It happens in this business, folks.
Yes.
Cronus' feet were underneath the bottom rope. Unfortunately, referee John Finnegan was not in position to see it. Balls Mahoney, have to be honest here, he's a little lucky this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is 1 fall with a 30-minute time limit. Your referee, Mike Keeter.
There are some guys here tonight that have put enormous amounts of pressure upon themselves to prove something tonight. Matt Heisen is one of them. He wants to prove the doubters wrong. We all know who those doubters are. and he has taken it as a personal challenge from here on out, starting tonight at November Rain, to prove them all wrong. And Buck, I have a lot of confidence in him that he will do just that.
Of course, to do that, he's going to have to get through the enforcer, C.W. Anderson. He's the man who, on June 10th, here in Philadelphia, at the inaugural Hardcore Homecoming event, teamed with Simon Diamond to defeat former world champion Mikey Whipwreck and Chris Chetty. C.W. Anderson has no intentions of making it an easy night for Matt Heisen here at Hardcore Homecoming November Rain.
C.W. Anderson, one of the good guys, has given a lot back to this sport by training a lot of the young superstars in the Carolinas over the last several years. C.W. Anderson eats, breathes, and sleeps this sport, has recovered recently from a liver infection, something he received from taking a supplement. You would never know it looking at him. He is in top physical form here tonight, and we are lucky to have him.
C.W. Anderson, if you want to know how much this man loves wrestling, he was trained at the power plant.
Yes.
But rather than stay there, he came to South Philadelphia, where wrestling, all capital letters, is appreciated. Of course, he was also a former pro baseball prospect as well, but instead of throwing a knuckleball, he throws a knuckle sandwich, a great left-hand punch, and here he is, a newly shaven Matt Heisen has returned home to South Philadelphia.
I remember the first time I saw him in this building, Buck, he was diving off of the stage right below us. That is the first taste. Listen to the fans.
A huge welcome back chant for the one and only former World X Champion Matt Heisen, the Giant Killer. Matt Heisen, Bam Bam Bigelow, Mr. Hughes, Mike Awesome, 911.
PN News, don't forget about PN News. Don't forget about Viscera.
Lance Storm, his own brother Ray, Devon, they have all at one point or another fallen at the hands of a man who may be little in size, but huge in heart. Matt Heisen has come home here at Hardcore Homecoming November Rain.
Absolutely, Buck, and he has had success wherever he has gone, whether it has been singles championships or tag team championships, as you have alluded to. Matt Heisen has had a lot of success in his career. Started out his professional life as a teacher, Buck. He went from teaching to wrestling in this building. Talk about heart and dedication.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first to my left, weighing in 225 pounds, from Raleigh, North Carolina, he is the enforcer, C.W. Anderson!
The throat slash, Buck, synonymous with C.W. Anderson.
And his opponent to my right, returning to Philadelphia after an extended absence, please welcome home, Matt Heisen!
The fan reaction to Matt Heisen is deafening. Matt Heisen, again, as I said.
The fans chanting for Matt Heisen. Matt's asking for the mic. Matt wearing all black today, no colors today.
Right.
He's taking this match serious. Right, I thought maybe Matt.
Oh, the fans now picking on him. This is great. Only here in South Philadelphia will that happen, Buck.
I guess Matt wanted C.W. Anderson to feel more comfortable, so he got his hair shaved as well. I mean, he's got the mic.
Tonight, I mean, I was ecstatic. He's a great wrestler. He's a great competitor. But everybody knows what's going on. 3 weeks ago, this guy was on his deathbed with internal problems. I don't know what the hell's going on. But you are in no condition to be in this ring tonight. And I don't want to be the one to wrestle you and send you back in the hospital. I can't live with that, man. I don't want to do this.
I sense a little bit of sarcasm out of him, Buck.
Well, I mean, C.W. Anderson was cleared to wrestle. He was medically cleared by his doctor as early as Tuesday of this past week. I mean, C.W. is good to go. I mean, he's medically cleared. I guess Matt Heisen trying to do the nice thing, but all it's going to do, I think, is raise the ire of the enforcer.
Oh, absolutely. C.W. Anderson, a very proud man, a very proud wrestler. I mean, he's an Anderson, for goodness sake, Buck. He thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame. And that is his response to Matt Heisen's invitation to take a hike. I don't think he's going anywhere, Buck.
C.W. Anderson came here to fight, and right now he's just shoving around Matt Heisen in the corner, and Matt kicks him right in the gut, and we're underway.
Absolutely, Matt Heisen, a very aggressive Matt Heisen. I don't remember Matt Heisen this aggressive.
Matt Heisen asking him, is that where it hurts, as he drives in knees and kicks right to the liver, right where he was in. Oh, well, C.W. Anderson asked for it, and Matt Heisen is delivering. He is just being brutal.
Where did our little Matt Heisen go, and what did they do with him? This is not the Matt Heisen that we know and love. That man used to teach 3rd grade, and he's beating up a man, taking shots at a man's liver who just got out of the hospital. I think that's a little bit over the line, Buck Woodward.
C.W. Anderson is down and hurt. Referee might. Oh, super kick! What a super kick! Matt Heisen's head is in the 4th row.
He laid him out. Matt Heisen can barely move, now doing the smart thing wisely. Going outside of the ring, breaking any possible momentum that C.W. Anderson could have, but C.W. Anderson looking to follow him out.
Referee Mike Keener is going to have to watch C.W. Anderson. He's already favoring that side. I know he was medically cleared, but that's still a soft spot. That's still a weakness. Oh! And there might be a weakness in that table after Matt Heisen was driven head first into it, and now whipped right into the chair in the guardrail.
Oh, actually throwing him around like a rag doll, and hurt or not, the adrenaline going through the body of C.W. Anderson right now will overcome that pain. I mean, you look at professional sports, guys like Donovan McNabb playing an entire football game with a broken leg, they attribute that to adrenaline. C.W. Anderson obviously has the adrenaline wrestling Matt Heisen here at November Rain, and C.W. Anderson doesn't look to have missed a beat.
Spike. Matt Heisen had his arm stretched around the ring post, and in classic Anderson style, C.W. Anderson drove the chair right into the point of the elbow. He's working over that arm. This is textbook Anderson. We're seeing it right here at Hardcore Homecoming November 8th.
Absolutely, just like an Anderson, picking one body part, preferably the arm, preferably the shoulders, and working it over, softening it up, Buck. And right now, C.W. Anderson has to love the way that things are going because he is in complete control.
C.W. Anderson working on the arm of Matt Heisen. Chicken wings it behind his back, shoots up, body slam, dropping all the way to Matt Heisen, right across the arm.
That's an old school Anderson move right there if I've ever seen one. And another right there. I'm surprised C.W., like the Andersons used to do, they used to slap their opponent's face, but they would pull back that arm bar. Although it is a short night, we may see it yet to come.
Well, there's a stop there as Matt Heisen falls to the floor. C.W. Anderson follows up there. He's still favoring his side a little bit, but he has taken over this measurement. Oh, back first into the guardrail.
Absolutely. Now, I'm not as familiar with C.W. as you are. I've called matches of his in other places, but never have I been around when he used to be in the company that would run here regularly in South Philly. When I was a ring announcer, I was kind of going out as he was coming in, so you're more familiar with his ECW career, but I watched from afar. I watched the television. I talked to my good friend Steve Carino about C.W. Anderson. Lots of good things to say. Everybody always used to say about C.W. Anderson, you can never underestimate him, Buck.
Oh! Jujigatami armbar there. He can break the arm.
Absolutely.
Matt Heisen going for that sunset flip. CW saw it coming, slaps on the Jujigatami. Luckily, Matt Heisen able to make the ropes and break that hold. I'll tell you want to know about C.W. Anderson? Tommy Dreamer has never submitted in his life, but he has said time and again the only man that ever made him think about it was C.W. Anderson.
Right, as a fan, I remember watching that I Quit match that he had with Tommy Dreamer, one of the most brutal matches ever in the history of ECW, one of the most brutal I Quit matches ever, and CW a part of it.
Irish whip, no. Puts on the brakes, Matt Heisen. Could pick him up here. Is he going to do it? Oh, throw first, right across the guardrail.
This is a new vicious side of Matt Heisen that I have never seen. I don't know about you, Buck. I have never seen this vicious of a side of Matt Heisen as I'm seeing right now. What do those people in Connecticut do to this guy? They've sent him over the edge.
Matt Heisen is on a mission now to destroy C.W. Anderson. Just rammed his side right into the guardrail. He has a steel chair now across the back of the neck of C.W. Anderson. And oh! Matt Heisen jumping off the guardrail and driving the chair down across the back of the head of C.W. Anderson.
He's absolutely lost it, Buck. He is right now criminally insane with what he is doing. The amount of punishment he's dishing out to C.W. Anderson. Right on the top of the head. He is brutal tonight, Buck.
That chair shot reminiscent of his old tag team partner, Balls Mahoney. Matt Heisen has laid out. C.W. Anderson is down and he is hurt.
Absolutely, and Matt Hyson rolling inside of the ring to break the count. The sign of a wise veteran. Again, as I've said, as you've said, he's had success wherever he's been, but he's a guy as well. You can't
wait a minute now. He doesn't. Oh, I thought he was going to go for that double stomp on the liver. That would have been curtains for C.W. Anderson. Luckily, he was able to stop Matt Hyson. Now, C.W. Anderson set him up here. Could be a big superplex coming. Oh, tries to elevate him over. Tries the second time. No!
Good!
Delayed vertical superplex by C.W. Anderson.
You know, we saw a superplex out of Balls Mahoney. We saw a superplex out of Cronus, but neither one of them had the strength to hold their opponent up in a delayed position. Buck, I mean, that is power among power, because at that point in time, Matt Hyson just dead weight. C.W. Anderson so deceptively powerful.
Absolutely, he is in command right now as he lifts him up, fires in a forearm. Irish whip across the ring. Matt Hyson comes off. Oh, with that super kick again. Oh, and there's that left hand.
Hooks the leg.
Oh, Matt Hyson kicks out. That left hand so crisp. That knockout punch of C.W. Anderson.
Oh, he's a southpaw, all right, and he loves every minute of it. C.W. Anderson right now, I think, Buck, he was invigorated by Matt's speech earlier in the match or invitation. I think that brought out a side of C.W. Anderson.
Eye rake and a headbutt to the midsection there by Matt Hyson. Matt Hyson working him over now. He could be going for the acid drop. No, block, spine buster. No, sunset flip brings him over. 1, 2, and 3. He got him. He got the 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, Matt Hyson.
The winner tonight is Matt Hyson. C.W. Anderson has asked for the ring mic. We're going to give him the opportunity to speak his mind to these fans here in South Philadelphia.
You guys will just bear with me for a minute. That's something I have to get off my chest. Like Matt said a few months ago, I was laying on my deathbed with my liver in failure. Now, personally, I want to thank a few people. First, being Mike Johnson, for getting the word out there to everybody about my condition.
Who?
Second, some rest of you guys for the emails and stuff, and the well wishes and the prayers you sent me. Now, I just got released on Monday to come back to work after a 2-month absence. And even though against my family's better judgment of not working, there was no chance I was missing wrestling in front of you crazy son of bitches. And as much pain as I'm in right now, in the years I've been here, whether you loved me or you hated me, every one of you kept your hands high for C-fucking-Dub.
In a business that people say sometimes sorely lacks class and dignity, it is an honor to have someone like C.W. Anderson here at Hardcore Homecoming November 8th.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's only fitting that this should all end with the place it all began, right here. This is fitting. And tonight, I have one of the greatest honors of my life. I get to induct someone into the Hardcore Hall of Fame. Please, if you will, watch the video screen.
I don't think I've met anyone who has a bigger passion for the business.
That's not fair. He's a great guy. He's a super great guy. Good friend of my family and good friend of mine.
A lot of respect there between you two.
Yeah, super amount.
The guy's been there, done it all, still doing it, and I have all the respect in the world for that guy. He's amazing, absolutely amazing.
I'm glad you asked me about Terry Funk.
Funk would just sit there and you'd go to the ring, and afterwards you'd have to decipher it yourself. Okay, tonight he kept throwing me out of the ring for some reason. Okay. So it was a very different way of teaching.
Hardcore fans absolutely adore Terry Funk because of him giving his body to them.
Terry was way ahead of his time, and he stayed about 10 years ahead of the curve his whole career. And at 60-something, with knees that shouldn't work at all, and a back that is completely wrecked, but an iron will, he still goes out and entertains as good as anybody.
Most guys, they want to be the top guy till the day they drop, and Terry never cared about that. Terry, he was always good for business.
Crazy. That can't be an act. That can't be an act. It's either the greatest work in the business, or that man is a little nuts.
Terry Funk, I wouldn't have sex with him, but I love him to death. He's been around his business since 1902. And Terry Funk paved the way for a lot of guys in this business right now. And I respect him to the utmost.
The reason why he started moonsaulting, he's getting late on in his career. What the hell can I do, kid, to really make these people pop that they ain't seen already? God damn it, I'm gonna moonsault. I just looked at him like that. He's like, what, you don't think I can? I said, Terry, you are God. You can, what am I gonna tell Terry Funk now? You can't moonsault. The guy would have beat the hell out of me right then.
True leader is a person to be followed. And I tried to be the type of individual that went out there and gave 100% and didn't bitch and didn't gripe and did the right thing for the company and tried to do the right thing for the people that I was in the ring with too. And I think that I accomplished that, and I'm very proud of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, this is the man I respect more than any person I've ever met since I started in this business. Back in 1992 when I first got television, and nobody else knows this story, I've never told it before to anyone. I called him first. Before there was Paul Lee, before there was Eddie Gilbert, I called Terry Funk. I said, Terry, I'm going to start a TV show. Would you come up here and run my TV for me? I want you to know what he said to me. He said, Todd, you can't afford me. That's a true story, raise my hand to God. This man, I owe more to than anybody I could ever even possibly imagine. Without him, you wouldn't know who Sabu is. He did that. Without him, you would never have heard of the Public Enemy. He did that. Without him, you'd have never heard of Shane Douglas. He did that. And sure as I'm standing here, without that man, you would have never heard of me. So it is an honor, it is a privilege to unfurl the banner to induct you to the Hardcore Hall of Fame. May it be there forever.
Wow, look at that, Bob.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first inductee into the Hardcore Hall of Fame. The fans are telling you his name. I don't need to repeat it again.
What an honor it must be tonight. What an honor it must be for Terry Funk tonight.
I don't know how well this will come across to you people watching. Ladies and gentlemen, the only person I ever actually idolized in this business, Mr. Terry Funk. Do
do I deserve to be the, excuse me, but do I deserve to be the first one in this Hall of Fame? Hell no, I don't. But I damn sure aren't going to step aside for anybody else, because I think it's a wonderful honor that if these walls could talk, God, they've seen some great, wonderful matches. They've seen the greatest wrestling matches in the world. And I'll tell you something else. You people know what hardcore is. It's not bleeding. It's not chairs. It's giving 110% when you're in the damn ring. Now, it's Paul Dangerously. Hey guys, listen to me. Is Paul Dangerously a smart man? You damn right he is. Did he do a good job? You damn right he did. But he's not what made this company. And I'll tell you something else. Is if you take Raven, he did a hell of a job, but he's not what made this company. You take Benoit. He's a damn good wrestler, but he's not what made this company. Sabu! What a hell of a performer! What a great guy in the ring! He didn't make his company. Balls Mahoney, even though we love to say Balls, he didn't make this company either. So who made this company? I wish it was me, but it wasn't me. It was a little bit of each and every one that came up here, but most of all, I want to let you know most of all who made this company, and Todd Gordon will agree with me. And this is no bullshit. It's not a bit of bullshit. And you don't listen to anybody that'll tell you that I'm up here talking bullshit, because I'm not. But I'm going to tell you who made this goddamn company what it is today and successful for all this time. It's each and every one of y'all out there. You're who did it. So let me say, there you are. There you are. David, you're the one. You're the one. You made it. Somebody tell me that I'm taking cheap accolades and I'll kick them right in the ass, because I believe and know what I'm saying is the gospel. God bless each and every one of you. God bless you.
But we've got it tonight at Hardcore Homecoming, November 8th.
Mike must have drawn the short straw, Buck.
Oh, you knew Finnegan wasn't going to take this assignment.
And Buck, the fans that have jam-packed this building, I would argue that a great percentage of these fans here never saw the first one live. They've lived the experience through videotape. They've heard the tales from their older brothers or their uncles and their fathers. But tonight, they can pass the wisdom, the knowledge, and the history on to their children, to their grandchildren, to their nephews and nieces, that they were there for the Taipei death match, the rematch, over 10 years in the making, Buck.
Let's run down the history here. It was on January 7th, 1995, in this building. Ian and Axel Rotten, the Bad Breed, lost to the Pit Bulls in a match where they were forced to disband. They were forced to split up. That led to Ian Rotten, despite losing the matchup, turning on his brother. And that began the series. February 4th, 1995, Ian Rotten defeated Axel Rotten. However, that would be Ian's only win in this building, as Axel Rotten, as you see, going around ringside, broken glass glued to his fist. Axel would then go on a tear, defeating Ian in a barbed wire baseball bat match, in a strap match, in a hair match where Ian stabbed Axel with the scissors, barbed wire chair, barbed wire bat, a Bad Breed death match where all weapons were legal, and it all culminated July 1st, 1995 with the very first Taipei death match. Axel Rotten defeated Ian Rotten. In the years that have gone by since then, both men they've teamed together, they've wrestled each other. At the first Hardcore Homecoming event, they reunited to brawl with New Jack and Cronus. But the issue has always remained there. It's eaten away at Ian Rotten, the number of wins Axel Rotten holds under him. Tonight could very well be his last chance in Taipei Deathmatch 2.
10 years, Buck. You said it, over 10 years in the making. I have goosebumps. I have chills listening to you run down the history. I remember being there. I remember sitting there as a fan. But tonight, Buck, as an announcer, it is an honor to call this historic event.
I would not expect a lot of drop toe holds, scientific wrestling, arm bars, headlocks. This is going to be a brawl. This is going to be a fight. You are seeing right here, right now, the battle of the Bad Breed. Broken glass. Think about getting punched in the head with a tipped fist, solid as a rock. Now, stick broken glass on that rock and hit yourself in the head.
Absolutely, and as I was talking about with the empty arena match with Funk and Lawler, this is a match that hasn't been repeated as well. This is a match that set such high standards. Not many have stepped up to the plate to repeat such a match because it is so barbaric, so violent, so inhuman. I mean, to be a deathmatch wrestler like these two guys are, they don't have pretty bodies, Buck. The training to be a wrestler in this kind of a match, it's not about doing sit-ups, about doing squats, about benching 600-700 pounds in the gym. It's about absorbing punishment, sleeping on nails, bathing in fire. That's what this match is about tonight. And brother, we are about to see a war.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first to my left, from Baltimore, Maryland, Axel Rotten!
Something with him. It turns out he's put a staple gun on the ring apron.
Well, if anybody out there, any of our fans watching our webcast tonight follow Ian Rotten in his IWA Mid-South, they know that Ian Rotten loves to use those staple guns.
There we go, folks. They're going to be duking out. Remember, each punch covered in broken glass. I've never called boxing before. I guess this would be hardcore extreme boxing.
Well, this is Tarver and Jones on a different level. We are from the new Alhambra Arena tonight, Buck.
And a drop kick to the leg by Ian Rotten. Takes Axel off his feet. Oh, and he's ripping that glass across his forehead.
It didn't take long. He's digging into the forehead. That glass digging deep. I see red, Buck. I see red.
Axel Rotten has been busted open. Ian just grinding the broken glass into the forehead of Axel Rotten. Taipei Deathmatch 2 is on.
Probably out of anybody on this show tonight, Buck, I have called more of Ian Rotten's matches than anybody, and he is an animal. He is sadistic. Is that a fork? Is that a knife? Is that scissors? It's hard to see from where we are.
It is a fork.
It's a fork.
Of Abdullah. Oh, he's going after that arm. That arm. Oh. Axel with an elbow in the midsection. First, that arm was permanently scarred by Ian Rotten during their initial feud. back in 1995. Those scars have remained there. And now it looks like Axel's going to finally get the return of favor with the fork.
He loves to hurt people. Axel Rotten going nuts with the arm. He's drawing blood, Buck. The arm is busted open.
Multiple stab wounds to the arm. He is just stabbing Ian Ryan in the arm with a fork. After 10 years, Ian Ryan will now have matching scars for his brother.
Buck, there's a reason when you sign the contract, you get last rites administered at the same time. This is a sadistic, barbaric matchup, and we are lucky enough to enjoy it here tonight at November Rain.
The fork driven into the head of Ian Ryan. Axel Ryan has taken full control of this matchup. These men have broken glass on their hands, but that's not enough. We're using a fork as well.
Absolutely, Ian Rotten in a lot of trouble right now, but I can tell you, as somebody, Axel Rotten is just carving them up like a Thanksgiving Day turkey. Thanksgiving's a couple weeks away, but for Axel Rotten, it's tonight here for the new Alhambra Arena.
Ian Rotten is being shredded like anything I've never seen before. Look at the blood. Look at the blood flowing out, and now Axel, broken glass, peppering punches across the forehead. Oh, and a kick downstairs by Ian. Uh-oh, now he's got the fork.
Oh, he's going nuts. Ian Rotten, I have watched him before. He almost had the arm of the Necro Butcher amputated in a match. It was so brutal. And you're talking about two guys, Buck, that are pissed off.
Oh! He threw that fork into his groin!
These are two guys that are bitter, they are angry, they are tired of guys like Terry Funk, Sabu, New Jack, Balls Mahoney, guys like that getting the credit for putting the hardcore on the map here in Philadelphia. I've talked to them. They don't like it. They don't like it one bit. They are here to send a message tonight.
It was in 1995, the first time ever that this building became famous. It was due to the violent nature of their battles. That's what got the magazine coverage. That's what got the reporters and the photographers from all over the world here. And they're taking it to the outside. If this would have happened in the streets, both men would be arrested.
Absolutely, and just like back in 95, Buck, the middle of the card, we're not talking about the top of the card, the opening match, the middle of the card, let the fans salivate over it. Tremendous. A bit of history we are watching here right now.
Wait a minute, now he's wrapped the arm around the ring post, and he drove the fork into the bicep and just stabs Axel Rotten with that fork.
Absolutely. Ian Rotten is a deathmatch tournament winner himself. He's won his own deathmatch tournament, quite frankly, but has competed in quite a bit. Axel Rotten has done his time in the death matches. Hello!
There's a chair shot. Insult to injury, and Axel likes it. Axel likes it. Axel Ryan is a fantastic wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
He knows how to wrestle.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I think he realizes this is his true element. Brawling and fighting in front of these fans in South Philadelphia. And we got the fork back in action again.
This is what he likes, Buck. He's not about playing politics. He's not a big politician when it comes to the locker room. He likes to just come out here and fight. That's just sick.
He just stabbed a man in the forehead with a fork. Oh! Back kick by Ian Ryan. Axel Ryan, I believe, may still have his hand on that fork.
Well, the fork is in play, all right.
Ian's got a hold of it now. Ian's got the fork. Oh, this is just brutal. He ripped the fork around across the arm of Axel Ryan once again. These two men have just been stabbing each other. Stabbing with a fork. Now Ian's looking for something out of the crowd.
They're just ripping the flesh off of each other's bodies, Buck, and they're loving every minute of it.
What he has to on the crowd.
Why use a fork when you have glass taped to your fist? That's what I want to know.
Wait a minute, Ian apparently got some dollar bills out of the crowd. That's what I would expect to see in a Danny Thornton. Oh no. Oh no, he's got that staple gun. And he's got those dollar bills.
Ian Rotten actually has pioneered a matchup called the Unlucky 13, Buck, where the object of the match is to staple $13.
Oh no! He put the dollar bill on his tongue! He put the dollar bill on his tongue! Oh my God!
I can't believe what I'm seeing here, Buck! A dollar bill stapled to his tongue!
Just when you thought you had seen it all, the bad breed, what up it? Stapled the dollar bill to his tongue and then ripped it out.
Ian Rotten pioneered a match called the Unlucky 13, where the object is to staple $13 to your opponent's body. Ian Rotten getting a dose of his own medicine.
Ian Ryan is down. He is hurt. We got another dollar bill. Axel has to
2013.
This is just amazing. We are seeing bloodshed and brutality, and the fans love every minute of it.
Oh, the fans, they love Ian, they love Axel. I would say it's split about 50-50 down the middle. I think I see a bag of thumbtacks. The thumbtacks are in play.
And you hear this crowd. They love every minute of it. We've got broken glass, we've got staples, we've got forks, and we've got thumbtacks. Ian Ryan sets up Axel. No! Back body drop on the thumbtacks. Axel Ryan sets up. Big splash. Here's the cover. 1, 2, and no! 10 years ago, that was how Axel Ryan defeated Ian Ryan in the very first tie-break death match. But it wasn't enough tonight at Hardcore Homecoming November 8th.
That is a mental block that Ian Ryan had to overcome. That sequence right there, suplexing Axel on those tacks. Ian Ryan has overcome the psychological game of overcoming that sequence of moves, the same moves that ended the matchup over 10 years ago. Buck, I think at this point in time, Ian Ryan has to be feeling real confident.
We have thumbtacks all over the mat. Both wrestlers have broken glass, glued to their heads. There is bloodshed. There have been staple guns used. There's been a fork used. And now Ian Ryan has gone under the ring and he's pulling out chairs.
Ian Ryan loves the chairs. Ian Ryan loves using foreign objects. You mentioned scissors before. You can get anything out of Ian Ryan. Who knows what he's got in his jeans? But right now, he has some chairs in the ring.
Oh, driving the edge of that chair into the back of Axel Ryan. Ian Ryan now setting it up in the ring. Obviously, he's going to play the construction game. He's got something in mind for Axel Ryan.
Absolutely, Axel Ryan can barely get to his feet. Axel Ryan has been in a lot of wars you and I. We've witnessed many of those wars. I firsthand, I've witnessed many of the wars that Ian Ryan has fought firsthand. But Buck, this one has to rank up there with all.
Ian Ryan has raised the chair across 4 other chairs set up in the ring. He's got a bloody Axel Ryan. He's got something in mind here as he takes him over to the corner.
Yeah, right now, he's pounded Axel Ryan into the top turnbuckle, but his sights are set on the contraction of chairs.
Fans showing their support for both men as Ian Ryan puts Axel Ryan sitting up on the top rope. You can see the chairs there set up in the center of the ring. Axel's fighting back though. Oh no, no! Axel's under him! Powerbomb into the chair!
Axel Ryan going for the cover, Buck!
That's it! It's over!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, Axel Ryan!
Being ever so humble, there's no place like home, and this has always been home. I just want to say something. You know, I left this company before, I guess you could say, the heyday of it really happened. And I want to tell you something. If anybody ever deserved to make a lot of money in this wrestling business, it's Axel Ryan. And I know I'm not really supposed to be doing this, but what can they do, fire me? I just wanted to say, you trained me and allowed me to live out a dream that a lot of wrestling fans like me don't get to live out. So in front of these people, our home, I just wanted to say thank you, and I love you for everything you've done for me in this business.
Philadelphia, thank you for welcoming us back 10 years later, and we still show you why Axel and Ian Ryan are the two sickest motherfuckers that ever walked in this building.
20 feet. 20 feet of a dog collar and chain, Buck. And of course, the fans on their feet to recognize who some will argue was the ace of the company that ran before us here in this historic building. What a feud, what a rivalry this is. Transcends, over the last 10 years. I was here in the building. I don't know if you were here, Buck, but I was here tonight. Look at that pair right there. History in the making. I don't think many people thought they'd see those two together again. But Buck, let me tell you, I was here tonight that Shane Douglas rattled the cage, rattled that halo of Gary Wolf. And as you hear the fans tonight, they get excited, they're cheering, not a sound in the house. People were in shock when Shane Douglas shook that cage. People in the locker room were in shock. Shane Douglas had to have a police escort out of this building. And truly, Buck, 10 years later, that war has not been settled. But tonight, it will be.
That's right, it was on July 13th, 1996. On that night, Francine turned on her tag team, the Pitbulls. Shane Douglas became the World Television Champion, and Shane Douglas broke the neck of the Pitbull, Gary.
What the fucking music!
Doesn't matter how much of a prick he is, Buck, the fans love him.
As you fans know me pretty well, the franchise has a few things I'd like to get off my chest.
What a shot, Buck.
No surprise there. Fans know it's coming. Of course, Francine and Shane Douglas reunited at the first hardcore homecoming event.
But if you fucking insist, okay, you Irish cocksucker in Stamford, Connecticut, look at where it really lies. It ain't in your pocket, motherfucker. It's right here in goddamn Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Testify, Brother Shane.
Amen. And I get a wait.
You can't say that. The billionaire said you can't say that. But I tell you this, Vince McMahon, put this in your billion-dollar pipe, shove it up your civilized ass, and smoke it.
I like the fact that Shane doesn't beat around the bush.
Right. He's very direct.
Catchy.
That is a piece of unfinished business. I watch Forever Hardcore, and I hear Gary Wolf still whining 10 years later that I broke his neck. Boo fucking who?
Oh, come on.
He broke his neck right there in the ring, had an insult to injury when he threw him down when he was wearing a surgical halo.
Before God and my Father tonight, Gary Wolf, I will finish the job. You will end up in a fucking wheelchair after this match tonight. So help me fucking God.
Shit like that just doesn't happen. I mean, it was either it happened or it didn't happen. I mean, I can't say it was accidental. May have been, may have not been.
Well, to this day, Gary still says I broke his neck. And I beg to differ. I say he broke his neck.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first to my left, accompanied to the ring this evening by the Queen of Extreme, Francine.
It's her fault. She started this whole thing, Buck.
And hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is the franchise, Shane Douglas. And his opponent to my right, hailing from this very building in the back alleys of South Philadelphia, he is the original Mad Dog of War, Pitbull Gary Wolf.
I mean, Buck, this is such a brutal match. Maybe the most historic dog collar match, the Starrcade '83 with Greg the Hammer Valentine and Rowdy Roddy Piper. In that match, Rowdy Roddy Piper lost, 60% of his hearing in that matchup. That's how deadly and dangerous this type of a matchup is.
And I don't think the rivalry is anywhere near as intensely personal as this one is. I was backstage earlier. I picked up that 20-foot chain. That chain is heavy. These two men have to drag that chain around. Remember, this is hardcore chain match rules. No touching corners. It's pinfall or submission in the ring, and the trash talking has begun.
Absolutely. Shane Douglas, the franchise, who revitalized his career here in this building many years ago. And Buck, it should be noted that when the original concept of the franchise was talked about, originally he was going to wear jerseys of football players and baseball players, and it was going to be a sports-related character, but Shane Douglas said screw that and took a life of its own. He took the character, made it into a life of its own, and of course the franchise has evolved to become a stablemate here in this building and one of the most pioneering characters in the history of this sport.
Well, Evolution is reversing here to its base form as Pitbull Gary Wolf, series of punches now choking down the franchise Shane Douglas. Shane Douglas is a wrestler, and I dare say he's a much better wrestler than Pitbull Gary Wolf. But this isn't about wrestling. This is about fighting. And when it comes to fighting, you can't necessarily ever beat a Pitbull.
But Buck, I wasn't here for the first hardcore homecoming, but Shane Douglas, he got down with the barbed wire with Sabu and Terry Funk. So he can get down with the hardcore, with the chains, with the barbed wire, with the tables. He is an all-around consummate athlete. And what hurt Shane Douglas more than anything else was the way that he left the company that ran here before in this building, the new Alhambra Arena. It was called something else. He wasn't even given a plane ticket to appear at that event's pay-per-view, yet he was labeled a quitter. Yet the promotion at that time sent press releases out saying Shane Douglas didn't show up to wrestle Just Incredible. Shane Douglas said, I'll show up, send me a plane ticket. But not many people know that, and that hurts. That hurts deep down inside, and that's the root to a lot of why we even have a hardcore homecoming. He wanted to do it right.
Shane Douglas sent Pitbull Gary Wolf into the ring post. He's taken over down there on the floor, head first into the ring post again. The Pitbull is in trouble. Shane Douglas showing that he can bring the hardcore, if you will. He can brawl as he throws Gary Wolf into the girl. Oh, have a cold one, Shane Douglas.
Absolutely. I hope he's got a designated driver. Even the ref got some of that right in front of the hat guy. And now a chair. Oh. Gary Wolf is busted open, Buck.
A chair to the head of Shane Douglas. You see the crimson flowing from the forehead of Gary Wolf. The result of being thrown head first into that ring post. But that chair shot has Shane Douglas down. Oh, he just spit. He just spit on the former world champion Shane Douglas. The Pitbull is angry. He is mad. And Shane Douglas is covered in beer.
Oh, look at the look in the eyes of the Pitbull. Looks like he just saw a newborn baby. He is all over Shane Douglas right now, remembering what it was like when he sat home with a broken neck. And he may have another one on top of that.
Shane Douglas fighting fire with fire, using the chair to the back of the head, right in the shoulder, actually, of the Pitbull. He is a bloody mess. Shane now getting the length of that chain together. He's going to try to choke him out. He's choking the Pitbull at ringside. This is a barbaric brawl. Shane Douglas choking Pitbull Gary Wolf with a Pitbull punching out of it.
And it all started with Francine, Buck. It all started when Francine was managing the Pitbulls as she turned her back on her Pitbulls, specifically Pitbull number one, the late Anthony Durante, and of course aligned herself with the franchise Shane Douglas. They became the commodity that they did. It's her fault, Buck.
Wait a minute, there's one of those. Oh! Well, there's an advertisement for the Hardcore Homecoming commemorative chair, if ever there was one. I think it's brought down on the franchise Shane Douglas. This match, unlike most chair matches, has been taking place more on the floor than in the ring. That's because hardcore rules are in play here, folks. No DQs, no countouts, no trying to touch the corner. You want to win this match, you've got to beat that man in the ring. You have to pin him or force him to submit. This isn't a race to run around the ring and try to touch turnbuckles. This is about a war, and a war that apparently will soon include a table.
And Buck, it should be interesting. It should be noted that they have yet to go for any pinfalls, Buck. And that just goes to show the magnitude of the rivalry that these two guys have developed between one another, because it's not about winning and losing, it's about hurting.
Wait a minute! Francine has jumped on the back of the Pitbull, getting physically involved. The head cheerleader, the Queen of Extreme, jumped on the back of Gary Wolf. Oh, Gary's waited a long time to get a piece of her. Wait, no! Oh, Shane Douglas pulled the chain.
and it looked like Gary Wolf, his shoulder may have went right into the ring post there. He may have separated his shoulder. That, of course, could also re-aggravate the neck injury. Remember, Buck, once you break your neck, you can never be 100%. Ask guys like Chris Benoit, Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, and, of course, Gary Wolf. So it could be that little jar, Buck. Maybe it's that jolt going into the post. Maybe it's that jolt hitting the table. But his neck could be in a lot of trouble.
Shane Douglas now setting up a table in the corner. Pitbull Gary Wolf in a lot of trouble here. Shane stomps him down. He's going to pick him up, try to hurl him through there. You're right. You're never the same after breaking your neck. Gary Wolf has to live with that every day of his life as Shane rams him into the turnbuckle there. Shane's going to use that table. He's biding his time here.
And that is Shane Douglas. Shane Douglas is a methodical wrestler. Shane Douglas isn't going to get in there and run 50 Hurricane Ranas, or as he likes to call it, dancing.
The Pitbull, Gary Wolf, is having his revenge here tonight at Hardcore Homecoming November Rain.
Could you imagine, Buck, the retribution Gary Wolf would have if he were to beat Shane Douglas at his own game at a Hardcore Homecoming event? I mean, if it wasn't for Shane Douglas, we may not even be seeing this matchup. We may not even have this event, yet Shane Douglas, in a sense, dug his own grave.
Memories have to be rushing through the head of the Pitbull right now. Memories of July 13, 1996 when his neck was broken. Memories of October 5th, 1996 when Douglas shook the halo and threw down Gary Wolf. Memories of January 11th, 1997 when Shane Douglas ran away rather than stay and fight. And memories of September 17th of this year when Shane Douglas defeated Gary Wolf in a dog collar match in Shane's hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And there's a clothesline with the chain by the Pitbull.
Absolutely, and Shane Douglas has never backed down from a fight. I don't know what you're talking about, this running away. Shane Douglas, he even went to that godforsaken WCW to get in the face and settle business with Ric Flair. That's the kind of a man that Shane Douglas is.
Wait a minute, what? What is Francine tells him not to count, and he's listening. What is wrong with him?
Wouldn't you?
Pitbull had him beat. He went for the cover. Francine tells him to stop, and he stops.
He's got Francine by the hair. She may enjoy that, Buck. Wait a minute.
There's a full moon in Philadelphia here tonight. Francine has been pulled into the ring, and here's another memory. A very big turn. Whoa!
It just pulled her top up. I see Nip. I see Nip.
We may have to change our rating here. Are we allowed to show this? Can we show this?
We are.
I'm getting word that we can't show this apparently.
She's got some tooth gloss stuck in there, Buck. I gotta go help her. I'll be right back.
Oh, and the free show is over as Shane Douglas punches Pitbull Gary Wolf down to the mat. We've seen more of Francine than we ever thought we would see here tonight at Hardcore Homecoming November Rain.
Buck, I think she needs an external heart massage. I'll be right there.
Shane Douglas, though, has now had the opportunity. Here we go! Belly to belly! The belly to belly suplex!
It's finished off the best of the Buck.
One, there's two, and no! The Pitbull kicks out.
Where does he get it from, Buck? Where does he get it from? Sometimes it's just wise to stay down, but where do you go if you're Shane Douglas from here, Buck? You have given Gary Wolf your best shot, your belly to belly suplex. What do you do now?
I think the fans have a suggestion. That table set up in the corner, and that's exactly what Shane Douglas is going to do. Irish whip sending Gary Wolf to that table. No! Reversal! No, reverse back! Shane into the corner. Pitbull goes in. Shot. No! Shane beat him to the punch. Arbreaker. This is how he broke his neck.
That's it. That's it.
No! A reversal. It's Gary Wolf now. Picks him up. Northern Light suplex through the table. He hit it!
I can't believe it!
Finally! After years of waiting,
Pitbull Gary Wolf
has gotten his revenge.
Retribution has never been so sweet to Gary Wolf, where, as you just said, Buck, after years and years of thinking about it, pondering about it, Shane Douglas in the center of the ring in a dog collar match. He has done it. He has beaten Shane Douglas.
Pitbull got what he wanted. This is what he wanted. He got his revenge. He got his win. The war is over.
Absolutely.
Here at Hardcore Homecoming, November Rain. Calling the action, I am Buck Woodward. I'm joined by Eric Arjulo, and it is our honor to bring you this main event.
We're back for our steel cage match. Your referee, John Finnegan. At this time, please welcome the keeper of the key to the steel cage, the lovely Dawn Marie.
And the red hot mama has returned to the new Alhambra Arena. Dawn Marie and son are making their way down the ringside.
But can you trust them? That's what I want to know. Can you trust them? I mean, yeah, we heard about how she's turned over a new leaf, how she's becoming a mother, how she's got a different change of an attitude. But I mean, quite frankly, where is her allegiance? Where does her allegiance lie? Does it continue to lie with BJ Polanco? Or does it lie with Jerry Lynn?
Well, let's be honest. Even if Dawn Marie were to take the key and open up the cage, it's not like she can really run in there and do anything about it. I mean,
that is true.
She could open the door and maybe, throw in a chair or something along those lines. But then it would be fair game for either man to get a hold of. I really think Dawn Marie having the key, it's a nice way to let her be involved in the festivities this evening. It's a nice way to acknowledge her contributions to professional wrestling here in this building as PJ Polanco, a man on a mission, comes down the ringside.
Oh, absolutely. PJ Polanco, eye to eye with his former manager. He and Dawn Marie have quite a history, don't they, Buck?
Of course. Dawn Marie led him and Lance Storm to the Tag Team Championship in this very building. Of course, this is singles action.
The Impact players.
Yes, PJ Polanco inside the steel cage. He's not cool. He's, I believe I can say it, incredible.
Just. And again, what happens? What happens if Dawn Marie goes into labor? Who's going to take the key?
In the event that Dawn Marie goes into labor, I believe we'll give the key to another pregnant female here in the building.
I mean, have you ever gotten between a pregnant female and a key? It's not a pretty sight, especially when they're about to give birth.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man who was underappreciated, underutilized, and overlooked for far too long till he came to this building in South Philadelphia. He is the new effing show. He is Jerry Lynn.
But you could say that, Buck, about a lot of the guys that have wrestled in this building. That's the magic of what this building brings out of you. A lot of the wrestlers that have come through this building have doubted themselves, have questioned their integrity, their athleticism, their professionalism, but the magic that this building has created, it's historic.
This building was all about creating opportunity for wrestlers that wanted to do one thing, bust their ass in the ring. And here's two examples of that here tonight. Our main event of the evening, Jerry Lynn, PJ Polanco in the steel cage.
I mean, the rivalries, Buck. The rivalries in this building alone. Dreamer and Raven, Sandman and Tommy Dreamer, Taz and Sabu, the Dudleys and the Gangstas. Just like the old days, Buck.
We will have a winner tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from Ozone Park, New York, PJ Polanco. And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, he is the new effing show, Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn with a reputation miles long, but reputation means absolutely nothing once the cage door is locked and he has to stare eye to eye with PJ Polanco, a man that is absolutely obsessed with beating Jerry Lynn. After what we have seen all night long, Taipei death matches, dog collar matches, the ceremony, the honoring of Terry Funk here tonight, the pressure on the shoulders of both PJ Polanco and Jerry Lynn. And Buck, if there were ever two guys back there that can deliver in this kind of a pressure situation, it would be these two.
Jerry Lynn and PJ Polanco locking up, working their way around the ropes right now to start things off in this steel cage match. Jerry Lynn's got him backed into a corner. Are we going to see a clean break in a cage match?
Why? Why would the referee break? I never understood why a referee would break up something like that in a cage. What's he going to do, disqualify him?
Jerry Lynn broke clean, but apparently not fast enough for PJ Polacco, who's making friends in Philadelphia once again.
And again, remember, Dawn Marie, the keeper of the key at ringside, Buck.
Jerry Lynn, PJ Polacco feeling each other out here in the opening moments.
Jerry Lynn, of course, you said it, been a professional wrestler since 1988. My first recollection of seeing him were the wars when he had with Sean Waltman in Global. Remember the Mr. JL days? I'm sure he would like to forget those.
I was about to say, I don't think that was his proudest moments. His proudest moments were here in this building in Philadelphia. The wars he had with PJ Polacco, the wars with Rob Van Dam, the classic matches he had. Oh, wait a minute now, hammerlocking. Whoa, put on the brakes there. PJ Polacco managing to stop himself just short of having his head rammed into the steel.
Something I remember about PJ, when I was a ring announcer in the company, during intermission, PJ would usually wrestle before intermission, and PJ would always pull me aside, as he did everybody. He would say, how was my match? What do you think I could have done wrong? But I'm just a ring announcer, what do I know? And I would be as polite as possible. I would not tell him anything to critique him, because who am I? And he'd say, okay, cut the bullshit, what do you think? And that's the kind of guy he is. He wants you to be straight up with him. And that's the kind of a man he is in and out of the ring. So I would like to see PJ Polacco get his win back. But Jerry Lynn, one of the most respected men in this business, Buck, as well.
Jerry Lynn with the flying head scissors, then the arm drag into the armbar. We're actually seeing wrestling to kick off this steel cage match. That's the interesting thing about PJ Polacco. As arrogant as he seems outside the ring, he was always looking for ways to improve. He took his craft seriously, folks.
Yes.
As much as he might spit at fans and yell at them, at the same time, he was a student of the game, trained at the Hart Brothers Wrestling Academy. PJ Polacco knows about wrestling, and right now he fires off a chop on Jerry Lynn in the corner. A second chop. Now Lynn reverses the situation. Chops by Jerry Lynn inside the steel cage.
And Jerry Lynn's not going to have any of that. He's going to chop him up old school style. What a forearm shot, Buck.
Jerry Lynn, Irish whip PJ Polacco across the ring. Oh, Polacco up and down in the cage. Lynn off the ropes. Oh, puts on the brakes, tries his. No, Lynn blocks it. Chop there by Jerry Lynn. Series of chops now. And Polacco goes to the eyes. Neither man has tasted the steel yet.
Absolutely. I have to think, Buck, that a match like this really plays to the favor of PJ Polacco, because Jerry Lynn being unable to fly. Oh! Super kick!
Lynn went to the air early, coming off the second rope, but PJ Polacco took that super kick. One, there's two! And well, we almost had a very short ending to this steel cage match.
Yes, Jerry Lynn not being able to use propane, to use sentons to the floor. Jerry Lynn loves to use moves from the ropes to the floor as a counter, as an offense, as a defense, and he can't do that. And this constricts Jerry Lynn. It's a constricted environment in there, and I think that plays to the favor of PJ Polacco.
Absolutely, to see Polacco deliver a chop, now a punch to the head. Jerry Lynn's never been in a steel cage before. It's a different style of match. It's a different way of thinking. Like you see Polacco now put Jerry Lynn down, work him over now. Polacco standing on the top rope as he pounds away at the head of the new effort show, Jerry Lynn. But Lynn firing back, and we've got a battle at the top of the cage.
Oh, absolutely. And you never know when you watch professional wrestling how secure a steel cage is. And when you're a wrestler up there, you can only trust the steel cage so much. I think it's going to go to the floor.
Jerry Lynn rammed twice into the cage and then gets crushed on the top rope. Again, that experience factor in the cage now coming to light here. PJ Polacco ramming Jerry Lynn twice into the support beam across the top of the cage.
And PJ Polacco now letting the fans hear about it, and he's starting to limp, Buck. He's starting to limp a little bit.
PJ Polacco, maybe an early injury here, but he's definitely in command at the moment as he throws a punch to Jerry Lynn, a second punch to the head. Jerry Lynn in a lot of trouble earlier, raking his face against the mesh. He's already busted open.
Well, Jerry Lynn the first to taste the steel as he is having his head rubbed against that mesh fence. Cuts dug into his forehead. He is in a bad predicament right now. PJ Polacco, the captain of the ship at this point in time of the matchup.
Polacco firing off, and only those right hands actually hurt his own knuckles, punching Jerry Lynn so hard in the head. Jerry Lynn is busted open. The cage has come into play, and it is favoring PJ Polacco here at Hardcore Homecoming November 8th as Jerry Lynn gets fired off head first into the steel mesh. He's going for a cover. Lynn barely able to kick out that time.
and the fans sitting silent in appreciation for what they're seeing. You don't hear anybody booing or yelling boring. Everybody's just sitting back absorbing the violence going on right now in the center of the ring. They're not sure who they want to cheer for. They're not sure who they want to boo. But the one thing is for sure, Buck, is that they are enjoying every minute of it.
And the Chop Fest has resumed. Jerry Lynn turning things around in the streets of chops. PJ firing back with chops of his own. Both of these men. No! Back body drop! Oh! Lynn went back first into the cage and then caught his knee on the top rope as he fell back into the ring.
He may have torn ligaments with that. He got very lucky that his legs didn't tie up in that top rope because that could have torn ligaments up. We've seen many wrestlers injured.
Two and... Oh, Jerry Lynn gets his shoulder up.
Many wrestlers we've seen injured in something in similar fashion.
Jerry Lynn slowly makes his way to his feet. The fans are getting behind the new weapon show. He elbows free, throws some right hands. Jerry Lynn getting back on the offensive. Whip across the ring. Goes for it. Oh! There's a kick to the nether regions and a big lariat by Jerry Lynn. Follows up with a second clothesline.
Jerry Lynn in momentum. He can feel it right now. Going on pure adrenaline at this point. Setting the pace himself.
Reversal. Oh! This is the drop kick. Jerry Lynn has him in position now. Could be a catapult coming up. Yes! And PJ Polanco goes into the cage.
Slingshots him, and I believe PJ Polanco is busted open at this point, Buck.
PJ Polanco went right into the cage of the catapult. There he goes in a second time, and yes, a third time. Jerry Lynn is on a roll, and PJ Polanco is busted wide open.
Well, it's obvious that Jerry Lynn's game plan, high impact, where PJ Polanco, slow and methodical. Unfortunately for PJ Polanco, Jerry Lynn right now is setting the pace.
Jerry Lynn catches the leapfrog attempt and drives PJ Polanco head first into the steel cage. There's a cover by Lynn. 1, 2, and no! PJ Polanco gets his shoulder up.
The former World Heavyweight Champion Jerry Lynn, the former World Heavyweight Champion PJ Polanco. Again, right now, Buck, it's a crucial time of the matchup because this is where you check yourself. This is where you check yourself to see how much more you have left, especially if you're Jerry Lynn and you've never even been in a cage match.
Irish whip, no! Swinging DDT by Lynn, that could be all. There's a cover. 1, 2, and no! PJ Polanco gets his shoulder up.
And Jerry Lynn has to be questioning himself right now. What can I do to end this cage match? I want to go to the top rope. I want to throw Polanco to the floor. I can't do that because I'm constricted inside of a steel cage.
Jerry Lynn has learned firsthand why the steel cage match is the devastating stipulation it is. It may not be as fancy as a Taipei death match or Dark Chain, but it can be just as brutal as both men are once again battling atop the cage. Sunset flip powerbomb. 1, 2, and no! Lynn gets his shoulder up.
I thought he had him there. I thought he had him. Dawn Marie was ready to turn over the key to the cage, but the match will continue. I don't know how, but it will.
PJ Polanco now picking Jerry Lynn up off the mat. An excellent defensive maneuver there by PJ Polanco. He's got Jerry Lynn, scoops him up. No, Lynn floats over. No, stop mare there. Ducks under the lariat. Jerry Lynn kicked to the midsection, sets him up. Could be that cradle pile driver. He's got it set. He gets it. Cradle pile driver. That's it. That's going to be a 1, 2, and no! PJ Polanco just kicked out a Jerry Lynch finisher, the cradle pile driver.
That's it. That's that boost of confidence that Polanco needs, kicking out of that cradle pile driver. He's telling himself, I can do it. I can beat this guy. I can survive his best moves. And if you're Jerry Lynn, what do you do now after you just threw your best at Polanco, yet he's about to stand up?
Polanco slowly makes his way back to his feet. Jerry Lynn is up. Punch to the head there. Jerry Lynn's going to put him in motion. No, reversal by Polanco. Reversal again. Whoa! Jerry Lynn puts on the brakes in time. Scoops him up. Could be. That's incredible. The tombstone pile driver. Corkscrew tombstone. Cover. 1, 2, and no! Now it's Jerry Lynn turning the tables, kicking out of PJ Polanco's finisher.
Absolutely. At this point in time, Buck, it's anybody's game. They have thrown their best shots to one another, and at this point, they're just going to throw it all out there. It's 7th Street for these guys. All in, Buck.
The cradle pile driver by Jerry Lynn. The corkscrew tombstone, that's incredible, by PJ Polanco. Both men kicked out of the other man's very best maneuver. The maneuvers that have won them championships in the past. It is now a war of attrition between PJ Polanco and Jerry Lynn, and we're going back to the chops.
Absolutely back to the chops, because at this point in time, I have to think that Polanco may not know what he wants to do. He just nailed, that's incredible, a Jerry Lynn. It didn't work, so now the chops will buy him some time.
Gets up on the middle rope now as Jerry Lynn is set on the top turnbuckle inside that steel cage. He's lifting him up once again. We're battling atop the cage here in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. PJ Polanco goes to ram him in. No, Lynn blocks it. And Polanco takes the steel on top of the cage. And again a second time. Oh, no, they're going higher.
Oh, they're going all the way up. That's a dangerous situation right there. I don't know how secure that cage is. The cage is already flopping around.
PJ Polanco's got up there. It's like a Warriors agreement. They've agreed. They're going to battle it out atop that cage.
This is absolutely insane.
They are slugging it out. They are 15 feet, 20 feet above the floor. They're also above the mat. One run. No. Oh, Polanco manages to land in the ring. Jerry Lynn's on the side against Polanco's throws. Oh!
Excuse me!
Jerry Lynn has fallen from the side of the steel cage to the table at ringside. Dawn Marie has unlocked the cage door.
Out of concern for Jerry Lynn.
Referee John Finnegan has to check and make sure Jerry Lynn can still continue.
And that's the advantage that Polanco has. Polanco familiar with the cage. Jerry Lynn not familiar with the cage. Jerry Lynn may have been able to defend himself against something like that had he wrestled in a steel cage match before at some point in his career. That's what gave Polanco the advantage.
Lynn is still down on the floor. Referee John Finnegan checking, making sure he still wants to continue. Polanco has exited the cage, which he's not supposed to do. He was supposed to remain in there, but this battle's going to the outside now.
Oh, this has gotten personal now, Buck. This is just all personal.
PJ Polanco's picked up Jerry Lynn, and he's going to throw him right back inside that steel cage.
Lynn could barely stand up. Lynn fell, what would you say, about 16, 18 feet in the air, Buck to that table?
He was clinging to the side of the cage when Polanco ran into it full force. Jerry Lynn's back to the cage. Polanco has grabbed a chair. He's got a hold of it. He's arguing with referee John Finnegan. Look at this. Oh!
He just pulled a Michael Hayes on him.
Referee John Finnegan has been blasted with the door to that steel cage. We need to get another referee out here. We've got a steel chair in the ring. Things are not looking good for Jerry Lynn right now.
Well, at this point, you can't disqualify them because it's a steel cage match. So why not if you're Polanco? That's what you got to say to yourself. Why not?
Well, we've got no referee. The door is still unlocked. Dawn Marie needs to back away. She's way too close to that cage door. Wait a minute. Lynn got him. Lynn hit him. Call it the kryptonite crunch. Call it the reality check. Wait a minute. What's this? Jason Knight. Jason. I didn't even see him come in the building.
I didn't know he was here. He's not booked to be here.
The former manager of PJ Polanco, Jason, has entered the cage. Referee John Finnegan is down behind that steel chair in the ring. Oh, this isn't fair. This isn't right. Jason has Jerry Lynn. He's setting him up. He's going to drop him on that chair. Picks him up. No! DDT! Jerry Lynn with the DDT on Jason. Jason goes down on the steel chair. But no, PJ Polanco's up. Polanco's up. The referee's down. Jason's down. And Jerry Lynn may be going down right now.
Oh, wait a minute. PJ Polanco has him set up, but that's incredible. That spinning tombstone. Then reverse!
Reversal! Jerry Lynn! Jerry Lynn hits the tombstone! Jerry Lynn covers, but we have no referee! Wait a minute, what? What the hell's going on here? The lights are out, the lights are out! Are we still on? Are we still on the air?
The lights are out.
The lights are out. Are we still on the air? I don't even know if we're on the air right now.
Is the match continuing? Maybe there's a power outage here.
Noise in the ring. What the hell's going on? What? Lance Storm! Lance Storm has entered the cage! Lance Storm!
That's one half of the Impact players!
Super kick by Lance Storm! Lance Storm has entered! He's got him up! Spine tombstone! We've still got no referee. What the hell is Lance Storm doing here?
He's not supposed to be here! The Impact players have reunited right here in November Rain!
The referee's been thrown back in. Lance Storm, 1, 2, 3!
They beat him!
Lance Storm! Lance Storm!
Your winner of the match, PJ Polanco!
Dawn Marie was in on it as well, Buck!
Earlier tonight, she was talking about her Lance. Well, her Lance was not in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I'm not taking the time to pause. He was not in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Jason, Dawn Marie, PJ Polacco, and Lance Storm, the Impact players, have just crossed Jerry Lynn, his very first steel cage match here at Hardcore Homecoming, November 8th.
You know, when I watched the first DVD of Hardcore Homecoming, I thought Mick Foley was a hell of a surprise. But this is no surprise. This is just a shock. This is a shock.
I'd like to be serious for a minute.
Oh, not that gag again.
Working this building was one of the best times of my life, and I never got a chance to say goodbye. So coming back this one time meant a lot. Do we have already going? I want to thank you guys for everything you've been, everything you've done in this building. This is a special place in this industry.
Please come back! Please come back! Please come back! Please come back! Please come
I imagine Jerry Lynn would like him to come back right now.
Oh, yeah.
Please come back! Please come back!
Never say never in this building. If I do, this will be one of the places I want to do it in. I want to thank you guys for everything you've been to this industry, this company. Thank you very much, guys. I love you all.
I'll make this real quick. I've known Lance my whole career. He basically trained me when I was wet and green and didn't know a damn thing about this business. This man taught me everything I know, and he did this one very special night. He did it not just for me, not just for Jason, and not just for Dawn, but I know he did it for each and every one of you people in Florida. So love us or hate us, we are one of the best teams, and we have the passion of this great business through our veins. Thank you very much, and seek out.
He did it for everybody but Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry Lynn, who's bloody and battered and slowly getting to his feet inside the steel cage.
I said earlier tonight in an interview, this was my very first cage match in my career. And I'm damn glad that I was able to do it in front of this crowd right here. Thank you guys.